Let me start with a foundational observation that sort of transcends levels, geographies, types of companies, industry verticals, etc. And that is that most of us make our career decisions by looking outward, and we barely look inward. And what we ought to do if we want to create a fulfilling career for ourselves is look more inward, right? So concretely, this manifests in many different ways. For myself, the way it manifested, if I'm being honest, earlier on in my career is I got driven by looking at other people on LinkedIn. Like, oh, this person has a great title. They just got a new big job somewhere, right? Wouldn't it be neat if I could get something like that, as one example? Oh, this person joined a startup and it's such a hot startup. And, I want to do that, right? Or, oh, this person, they just announced they raised $20 million of Series A and looks like they're a founder of this startup that's doing really well. And I want to do that. I see that in my career, in my life. That is what is missing, right? That's one concrete manifestation of it. And let's be honest, LinkedIn is an amazing tool, but LinkedIn also evokes envy in many of us. I just call it LinkedIn envy because it is quite consistent. So that's one example of where we're looking at others and then trying to create narratives around why that choice is also the right choice for me, for us. Here's another example. A common question in many situations, particularly in career mentorship situations, goes something like, oh, so can you tell me about a pivotal career choice you made? Or can you tell me about what you have learned in your career? Or can you tell me about this latest job that you have? And I'd love to have this job 2, 3 years from now. Can you tell me your thought process for how you made this decision? Can you tell me how you prepared for it? That sort of thing. Right. So these types of prompts come up in career mentorship conversations. I'll even go further because I want all of this to be very practical and specific. Many people to this day call me up with some career confusion. This is particularly common in sort of North America. The way they'll frame the question is, Shreyas, I have these 2 job offers. Which one would you pick if you were me? And I know it's just a way of asking a question that's common, certainly in America. But even the framing of the question is absolutely wrong. Why does it matter what I would pick? So even the way we frame questions has this problem that we're looking outside, we're looking for others to tell us what might be right for us. And that is the default, right? So I would say that is the most common pattern I have seen. And to go back to my own kind of realization and learning is that this is why we end up with careers and career decisions that many of us are not entirely satisfied with. And then in order to address that dissatisfaction, what we then end up doing is we end up asking more people, like, what do you think? What would you do if you were in my situation? Or what do you think is hot right now that I should do or join? We continue looking outward, right? Many people don't see this truth. The real problem in these kinds of career choices and career decisions, these are important decisions, is we're not looking within enough and we are looking outside and we are not honest to ourselves of what it is that we truly want out of our own lives and out of our own careers. And we try to mimic the lives. And how can you mimic anybody's life, right? We're not there with them 24/7. All we see is their 5 LinkedIn posts a week, couple of Instagram posts a week, and maybe if they're a coworker, maybe some Slack messages, right? How can we guess anything about this individual And what can any of those little snippets tell us about whether mimicking this person's career is going to be the right choice for us? So again, this is a foundational pattern I've noticed across, and it is very dangerous.